Try to make a song about none, better make a song about you. Girl, you got me drawn by the things you do. I won't beat around the bush, I think you cute. And you got me starstruck on the move.
3, 2, 1 in the Sky podcast, and today we got KoolAhhKam. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Introduce yourself a little bit.
All right. Well, I'm KoolAhhKam. It's just like you pronounce, I'm like KoolAhhKam. It's like cool, like an ice box. Or like, oh no, somebody chasing me, like, you feel me? Cam, simple. Simple as that. All I promote is positivity, happiness, you feel me? Having fun with your life, living it lit as fuck. That's really the whole thing about. Live life lit.
But I fuck with that. That's awesome. It's an awesome message. Now, how old are you?
I'm ageless.
You're ageless, okay.
Yes. Age is a construct created by humans so that they can restrict you to a level of maturity.
That's true. I've heard that a lot. Like, a lot of people, like, I don't know, it's like the artists I have on here, like, I would expect your response a lot more out of people, but it's only happened like once or twice. Let's just move on.
Honestly, man, you know what? It's just when you think of stuff like that, like, I don't know, man. I've learned a lot in my life.
It's a comparison kind of thing, you know?
It's true. It's like you really just people really just compare you. It's like, say for instance, I'm like, yo, I'm 36. Someone's gonna be like, you're 36 and this is what you're doing. When in reality, there's other 36-year-olds doing this same thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But they're gonna base it off of what they think a 36-year-old should be doing.
Exactly. No, I feel that, bro. I understand that completely. I respect that. So, where are you from originally? Like, where were you born?
I was born in Fort Pierce, Florida. No one really knows that, and no one really knows where Fort Pierce, Florida is, because it's like a 30-minute drive into and out of it. But it's like, it's a little close to where YNW Melly's from, like by Gifford. It's literally like an hour and 45 minutes away from where I was raised. But I was raised in Broward County, Florida, South Florida. So it was like near Fort Lauderdale, but it's not Fort Lauderdale. But I kind of claim the whole South Florida as where I'm from. You know what I mean? Because the whole culture raised me, to be honest with you.
Okay, and how would you like describe your upbringing and how it made you the guy you are today in Broward County?
So funny, man. It's funny that you asked that question because my background is like Jamaican, so my family is like super Jamaican. So if we really think about it, like, you wouldn't even expect me to be who I am. But I don't know, being raised around so much Jamaican stuff, so much culture, so much heritage, I kind of got over it. Like, I was like, it's cool. I love my Jamaican heritage, my culture, but I really am into like American culture, and I really like being a part of American culture. Being raised in my neighborhood, kids fighting, kids stealing, some kids shooting at kids, people, just crazy stuff happening, and also being that kid that also goes to a white school at the same time. So I kind of, quote unquote, predominantly white school, you know what I mean? So I kind of fit into both books, you know what I mean? The neighborhood knew me, but the white people also knew me, and it made it cool for me to be who I was. You know what I mean? So it was kind of a different upbringing, if I could say myself, but I wouldn't take it back if I could.
Yeah, everybody's got their own story, man. What would you say about like being raised in like a Jamaican family? Like, what about like American culture pushed you kind of away from, your Jamaican roots to be, I don't know how to say it, but like more Americanized, if you know what I mean?
You know what? It's funny, man. Jamaican culture starts a lot of things, and people don't really know that unless it's being told to them. But Jamaican culture is the root of a lot of things. Like hip hop started from Jamaicans and Puerto Ricans. It's a Cuban. It's a pretty much black thing, quote unquote. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I've been to Jamaica. I've lived in Jamaica for like a few months at a time. I've experienced so much. I've seen so much, great things, bad things. I've seen everything, and not everything, but I've seen what I perceive to be enough. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So once I kind of got over it, it was just like, it's good to appreciate because it's such rich culture, but it's not the kind of culture I wanted to add to. You know what I mean? I find personally African American culture to be rich as well, and it needs more development. Whereas Jamaican culture gets developed every 5 seconds, and it's always recreating and recreating and creating new things and new dances, new clothing styles, new hairstyles, everything. You know what I mean? Jamaicans are so confident in what they do and how they wear things, how they cook. What everything about Jamaicans speaks confidence from my perspective. So I feel like American culture needs that kind of confidence too. Not to say that it doesn't have it, but I feel like I can add that to that, and it's fun for me to do so. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. I'm in America. Realistically, I'm in America. You know, I'm not in Jamaica,
Hmm.
so it's more fun for me to do the things that I want to do, like rap, maybe dance, or promote happiness and stuff like that. And it's a larger crowd to reach. You know what I mean?
Oh
If I
yeah.
reach everybody in America, then I can reach everybody in Jamaica. You know what I mean? But if I reach everybody in Jamaica, I can't reach everybody in America. And I can't reach everybody in America with everything from Jamaica. You know what I mean? Because they know it, they just don't acknowledge it the same.
Yeah, a lot of people think about Jamaica, they just usually think about
Bob
reggae or
Marley
Bob Marley, reggae and shit, and weed.
and weed.
Yeah, weed. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and there's so much more to it than that. You know what I mean? If I can be a part of American culture and also help people learn about Jamaican culture while being a part of American culture, then I think I did a great job. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. What would you say some of the like most misinterpreted things about Jamaican culture are?
Oh my God. We don't all smoke weed, man. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
smoke weed, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I smoke. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
I smoke out of enthusiasm for marijuana and cannabis. You know what I mean? I actually care about what I'm smoking and intaking. I actually done research. I actually care about the cannabis industry, stuff like that. But all Jamaicans don't smoke. Like my mom, she does not smoke. You know what I mean? It's not for her. It's so funny that when you tell people you're Jamaican, they're like, "Oh, Bob Marley," and then the second thing they're like, "Ganja," and it's like, no, 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 it's not even, not even. I actually have to be like, "No, I don't even smoke weed. How dare you?" Because I'm like, you, how dare you even assume just off of that? But it's funny, man. That's one of the biggest things. All Jamaicans can't dance. That's also another thing. I used to think that was crazy until I saw a Jamaican that couldn't dance, and it's fucking crazy to see. All Jamaicans cannot dance. Dancing is not for every Jamaican.
Dancing's not for everybody.
Yeah, dancing is not for everybody, and you realize that really fast.
I think in my whole like entire family, like everybody I've met out of my family, probably like fucking two people can dance somewhat. That's just
Yeah,
part of being in a white family, though.
that. But I mean, two people out of a white family is a lot, dog.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. I mean, my cousin, he was like an outstanding athlete, like broke hella records. But it's ain't about me. It's about you. Um, when did you start getting into music?
My dad was a DJ. It's funny that I It's funny that I say that because I didn't even realize that until I was like 16 or 17. But my dad was a DJ, and my mom and my dad weren't together. You know what I mean? All the
Hmm.
time. They weren't really. They never were married or anything. But I was around my dad more than a lot of my siblings, and I have a lot of siblings, bro. I have like 8. So
Damn.
I was around my dad more than anybody, and he used to take us to events and parties and stuff like that. And the crazy thing is, I didn't know that these were special things due to the fact that he took us there all the time. So I
Hmm.
thought it was normal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I didn't know that people weren't meeting reggae artists. You know what I mean? I didn't know that people weren't meeting DJs and their dads weren't DJing big parties and speaking on microphones and playing loud music. Like all I grew up around was music. You know what I mean?
So he
I
wasn't the type of music he DJ'd and like kind of played at events was Jamaican music.
mostly, yeah,
Okay.
mostly reggae, mostly dancehall music.
I actually fuck with reggae. I'm not gonna sit here and say I go home and kick back and listen to reggae, but like if somebody's playing, I'd be like, this is cool. Like the Bob Marley, like who is it? His grandson who looks just fucking like him and sounds just fucking like him. Isn't that
Probably
him?
Ziggy.
I think so. But this kid looks just like Bob Marley. Like it's crazy, really. So back to you. When did you like? You said your dad was a DJ, and you kind of, it was normalized for all this like events and stuff. Like you didn't even really pay it no mind. But
Yeah, I always loved music, man. I always loved music. It's fun, I love I love to dance, man. I love to have a good time. I love when people are around me having a great time. That means a lot to me, dog. And when my dad used to just, play music and stuff like that, he used to play music in the car and he used to dance and we all used to dance and I used to be like, dang, this is fun. You know what I mean? And like I said, all I really grew up around was reggae, dancehall music. So during the times that I wasn't around my dad and my mom wasn't playing reggae music, my older sister that I lived with, she's like a few years older than me, she'll play like her music choices, you know what I mean? And she would play rap, hip hop, she would play country. Like it was crazy, man. So the stuff that I would listen to was so widely ranged that I don't know, man, it was just easy to enjoy all of that stuff. And I literally got into music, bro. If I ever tell you this story, it's funny the way I got into music, like got into writing raps and stuff like that, was through MySpace, bro. Like, when back in the day when you'd be on MySpace or whatever, people would comment raps. You know what I mean? They would write raps in their comments and shit like that.
like in their
And
bio.
not in their bio, like literal comments. You know what I mean? They would comment on their page and be like a full rap, 16 bars or something like that. At the time, I couldn't count bars, but I just saw a rap and I would read it and I was like, oh, this is decent. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
what I used to do, bro, you'll never even believe, bro. I used to steal those raps and take them to school. I used to steal those raps and take them to school, and people would be like, yo, you rap? And I'd be like, yeah. And then I'd take out that paper and I'd read that rap. Not even knowing the flow, not even knowing the cadence. You feel me? Not even understanding that there is a flow or cadence. I would just read the rap. You know what I'm saying? And it would be garbage. Like
That is funny as
it
hell.
would be trash, bro. Like it was funny because it's not that I couldn't write raps, it's that I didn't have confidence in the raps that I wrote.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I was in like middle school, I think, or whatever. And I would just, write raps and it was just bullshit, like, oh, I don't know, man. I have no idea right now what I would say, but I do remember like when I got to high school, it was a different ball game. I met this dude. To this day, I still give him like props. His name is Fly Ass Mikey. I met him, and his name now is Fly Ass Mikey. Before it was like something else. He went by like a million different names. And we're in the 9th grade, and he was like, I heard you rap. And I was like, yeah, I do. And he was like, all right, spit something. So you know me, I pull out the paper, I read the paper, and he's like, all right, that's decent. My turn. And then he spits like the flyest shit I've ever heard in my life. Like that shit was so fly. To this day, I still remember a few of the bars that he was using. Like he said, I run my city like Diddy and it ain't no quitting. And I was like, wow. For me to be in 9th grade, I don't know, man. I'm 14. This kid's like 14. To me, that blew my mind. I was like, damn. And then after that, bro, I balled up that paper and I was like, I'm going to destroy that dude next time I rap in front of him. And honestly, bro, that guy today, he listens to my music and gives me props because he doesn't rap anymore. But, he still does his other stuff. And he listens to my music and he's like, yo, bro, I really like your stuff. And I'm like, I did it. You know what I'm saying? That's so funny, yeah.
That is fucking hilarious. That you're
Bro, no
just
one will ever tell you a story like that. That is the most honest thing I can tell anybody. I'm not ashamed to say that. If someone tells you that, you feel me, they didn't steal a line or steal a rap or something at one point in time or something, you feel me, props to them, or they're lying, because we all started somewhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I couldn't rap, I just didn't. You know what I mean? Me and my family used to have freestyle battles in the house. So it'd be, I kid you not, bro. It'd be me, my mom, my older brother, and my little sister, and it would start with me and my sister, and we'd be going back and forth freestyling. And I destroy my sister. My brother would come up. He's younger than me, so I would destroy him too. And you know, when your mom sees something like this going on, she wants to be a part of it. So my mom jumps into it, and you can't. I don't know, bro. You say you're white, but if you ever had to freestyle battle your mom, I don't think she would do you like this, bro. My mom would like put truth into her freestyle bars, and like she'd be like, remember when you were 5 and I was cleaning up the piss that you pissed in the bed? I'd be like, damn, you can't do that shit. You can't say that. That's not fair. Remember when I checked your report card and you had all F's? I'd be like, God damn. That's
funny.
not right. So you feel me?
She
Like,
be taking
music
it
has been around me
personal.
my whole life, bro. It's been around me forever, and it's truly something that's important to me at this point, because I've invested my life into it, and I made that decision when I was literally like 14 in the 9th grade. After that dude destroyed me in raps, I was like, I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life, and I'm gonna be amazing at it, and I'm gonna change the world.
That's fucking dope, bro. Some awesome stories though. Your mom rap battling you, roasting you. It's pretty funny.
She's evil, bro. She's evil, dog. I didn't take music serious until like 2 years ago or a year ago or so. But yeah,
What'd you
you know what
kind
I
of
mean? I've
do?
always made music. I didn't take my career serious
You
until
just kind
like,
of bullshit it, fucked around
I
most
just,
of the
you
day.
know what I mean? Yeah.
I
I
feel
just
you.
rapped. You know, some people say, for instance, you make clothes for yourself. Doesn't mean that you're a fashion designer, but you make clothes. But
Yeah.
then you start making it and start working towards selling it and a career. That's when you really taking it serious. And I didn't start taking mine serious until like 2 years ago. KoolAhhKam. I started performing. I started making music videos and making songs and really putting effort into what I was making and going out meeting people, and people enjoyed it, man. I showed people who I was and they loved it. And I was shocked because I was like, no one knew who I was. You know what I mean? I've always known that I was cool. You know what I mean? I always tell people the same thing. My rap name used to just be Cam, Kam, and people just would meet me and be like, "Yo, Camo, KoolAhh, like you, KoolAhhKam." I'd be like, "Yeah, man, that's who I am." And the name just stuck. You know what I'm saying? It's not something I made up. It's something that someone made up. People made up for me, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." One of my homies was like, "You need to call yourself KoolAhhKam because you're really cool." And I was like, "Thanks."
2 years ago, what kind of made you want to say, fuck it, I'm gonna really, really, really go at this?
2 years ago,
You
I was
start taking it
working.
seriously.
Yeah, I was working full time at a job that I didn't want to be at for the rest of my life. That's always been my fear, is getting stuck doing something that I didn't want to do for the rest of my life. I don't see how people fall into that trap where they're like, I have to let go of my dreams and do this. And I was working that job. I was there all the time, bro. Full time. I was there all the time. I would be there like over 80 hours every 2 weeks. Maybe every week I would say about like 50,
It's
maybe almost
crazy.
60 hours.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? And I was making bread. I was making cash, dog. Like, I was balling on niggas, you feel me? Like, really cashing out. But I wasn't happy, you know what I mean? I was with a girl that I've been with for so long, and I
What?
wasn't happy. She wasn't letting me be who I wanted to be. I'd be like, yo,
What?
I want to do this to my hair. She'd be like, no, you're going to look ugly. And you know, when someone you love tells you something like that, you're going to stick to what they're saying, you know what I mean? Because you don't want them to feel like that about you. And I couldn't do anything, man. I couldn't get my nose pierced. I couldn't get all the tattoos I wanted. I just couldn't be who I wanted to be, man. And one day, I quit that job. I dropped that girl. You feel me? I dropped mad weight. I'm talking like 50 pounds. I used to be like this big fat dude. I dropped like 50 pounds in 3 months. And when I saw that I could do that, I was like, yo, what the fuck? I'm unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? I started going on Snapchat, telling myself I was beautiful, telling myself that I love myself. You feel me? Like I fell in love with who I was and who I truly was. And after that, it was just like, yo, cause I had music. I had a lot of music. I just never dropped it. I was just like, yo, let me put this out for the people. And I literally put the music out for the people. That's really what happened, bro. I put the music out for the people, and everybody was like, yo, who is this guy? Cause no one knew me. You know what I mean? I wasn't really promoting my music. I wasn't doing anything. My friends knew I made music. You know what I mean? So I went on my Instagram. I posted a clip of the video that I made a while back, posted my song, and everybody was like, yo, who the fuck is this? And that was it, bro. That literally was it. My life just changed from that moment. You know what I mean? I also got my first hater because I guess someone saw me loving myself so intensely and basically falling in love with who I was, the decisions I made and stuff like that, and how I made all those hard decisions. And he just hated me for it because we were similar. And we were similar in lifestyle, similar in culture, similar in age. And he just wasn't feeling it. He was like, fuck no. And he wanted to destroy me. And when I realized that he wanted to destroy me, but he failed, I was like, this is something special. This is something that I'm meant for. And that's really what happened, man.
What kinds of things would the guy do?
So I was a manager, bro, at some fucking retail store. And he was like my employee. You know what I mean? And I'm a nice guy, bro. If you ever meet me in person, I'm really cool. I'm actually really cool. I'll talk to you, and I care about your emotions. I care about how you feel on a day-to-day basis. I'd be like, hey, how are you? Stuff like that. And I was an awesome manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would smoke weed with my employees, and I wouldn't really like be on their ass unless I needed to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it made it easy to work with me. It made it easy to fulfill the goals that I wanted. I didn't give anybody trouble. So whatever the case, man. This guy, he worked for me, and he was there while I started dropping all my music, and people were responding greatly to it. I showed him some of the tracks I had in the back, like in the vault, and he was like, yo, this is great. And he was like, I used to want to make music too. And remember I said, there are people who fall into a line of work and they give up on their dreams. He was just one of those people. He saw me fulfilling the dreams that I wanted and being who I was, and he was jealous. That's literally what it was, man. I was shocked. I didn't understand it. To this day, I still kind of don't understand it, but he was jealous. So, like, one day, I had my first show, my first performance, bro, I swear. First performance, Cam, and I'm selling tickets, and this guy's like, yo, I'll help you sell tickets, and he helps me sell tickets. He buys, him personally, he buys like 7 tickets and invites all his friends, and he's like, yo, so on and so forth. I get there. I got everybody at the show. Everybody's there for me. There's other performers, but the people throwing the show are like, since everybody's here for you, man, you can perform. And this day, this guy just starts freaking out, bro. He starts saying weird stuff. He's like, he looks at me, he goes, Cam, I need you around me, man. I need to be around you at all times. I need you. And I was like, I don't understand, man. And I don't know, man. He was just being weird. So when I started performing, he would yell and scream in the middle of my performance, so no one could really hear what I was saying. And I'm on stage performing. He's jumping on stage, trying to kind of trying to take the shine off of me or whatever. But I mean, I'm in performance mode. I'm in work mode, so the show must go on. I wasn't even paying attention. This is literally what everyone's telling me. And, before the show started, they had the host had the mics, and they were like, he won't give us the mics. He won't let us introduce everybody for the show. And I had to talk to him. He wasn't listening. He was just freaking out. He's like, nah, man, fuck that. Play my shit. Play my music. And everybody was like, nah, this man is tripping. I went to his friends. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with your friend? I'll get your man's, because he's tripping. And they're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's wrong with him, but I can't do nothing about it. Basically saying they had no power over the situation.
He's got the bends or
And
some shit.
nah, bro, this shit was like Flocka level bullshit. Like you're not from Broward, but Flocka
I
is
know
a
what
real
Flocka.
thing.
Yeah, I've heard of
Yeah,
Flocka.
Flocka is a real thing, bro. And this was some Flocka level bullshit. I'm sure it was Flocka because this kid had like a history of drug use. But whatever the case, man, he's freaking out on stage. I finished my show. In the middle of my show, he's yelling at my audience. He's like, "Yo, I know you, I know you." And the dude is like, "You don't know me." And I was like, "Look, man, you're not gonna ruin this show." And I told the DJ, "Play the next track." And the DJ played the next track. I start smashing that performance. At the end of this performance, he goes to the DJ, tries to grab the other microphone, and the DJ's like, "Yo, get away, man." He's like, "No, man, play my shit." The DJ says, "Just send it to me. I'll play it later." Even the DJ's being nice to this guy, and he's just like, "No, play my shit, play my shit." And I go up on stage. I say, "All right, man, my set's over." I said, "Look, man, you gotta chill, bro. You're ruining this show for everybody. You're not." You know what I mean? You don't gotta be like this. And he tries to snatch the mic from me, man. And I bring my own microphones for my performances to maximize the way that I perform because I know that I'm very energetic. I need a wireless mic. So I bring wireless mics. And this guy is trying to snatch this mic from me. One thing you don't do is snatch a microphone from an artist or a performer on stage. It's literally like stealing money out of someone's pocket. It's literally like walking into your room and just like sleeping in your bed and messing that shit up and walking out. It's like, yo, this is my room now, bitch. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I got offended when he grabbed it, and I was like, yo, bro, you need to let go of the mic. And he yells at me. He goes, "Cam, it's me. And he goes, "Cam, it's me." And I was like, bro, I don't care. And when he yelled at me, I kind of got upset because I was fed up at that point. I just snatched the mic from him and snapped in half. And from then on, man, like I freaked out. Like I got mad. I lost my composure. You know what I mean? For the last time in my entire life, I lost my composure. I pushed him, and me and everybody was getting ready to fight him because I mean he was just trying to destroy the show, and everybody pretty much stopped me. All my friends were there, so all my friends stopped me. You know what I mean? But I told him, I was like, "Yo, bro, you gotta go." And he left the show. They kicked him out. And when he went outside, he's like, "Yo, I'm your savior. I'm Jesus, man." And he's running out in the middle of the street, and we're like, "Yo, this dude is on some crack. Like, this guy is on crack." You know what I mean? Come to find out, that same guy, like, even his girl was there, his homeboys were there. My cousin has a recording of this happening too, because my cousin recorded me performing. In the background of the recording, you can hear him whisper to his friend, "Watch me fuck this whole shit up." He literally said that, like, "Watch me fuck this whole shit up."
What a bitch. How you
Yeah,
have
man.
to sell 7 tickets, buy tickets yourself, and then, you know what I mean?
That's, bro,
Stupid.
it shocked me. It shocked me because I've never experienced that. My whole life, I've kind of been, I won't say I've been quiet, but I haven't really been up in the forefront. You know what I mean? I just chilled
You've been
when
on your
when
own
it was
lane,
time for me
not
to
really
talk
trying
this
to
time.
collide.
You know what I mean? I wasn't trying to be anybody. I was just being myself. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really dealing with my music stuff and being an artist. I was being a person, you know, another cog in the machine. And the first time I started trying to be an artist, this is what happened. I was like, wow, like I must be onto something great for
Exactly.
somebody to want to stop me, man. Like, and that guy it was intense, bro. Because after that, he started calling me from random numbers and being like, "Yo, man, I'm sorry I ruined your show." And I was like, "Bro, you didn't ruin my show. You tried to." And he's like, "I'm sorry I ruined your show." And that's all he kept saying. And I was like, damn, this guy must have really wanted to ruin my show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had his friends a part of it. His girl was a part of it. Everybody. He bought tickets. I was like, wow, for you to go out of your way to be such a hater, that's crazy, man. So
It's
that
honestly more of a
story,
compliment.
it was. It really was. I mean, at the time, it freaked me out. It had me panicking, and I don't panic, man. That's my number one thing is I don't panic. It had me panicking because I was like, this guy wanted to meet my little brother, wanted to work on music with my little brother, and I was willing to do it. I shared a lot of secrets in the music stuff that I've learned because I've read a lot of books, man. I've done my research. I know what I'm doing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I've read a lot. So I've shared a lot of that, you know what I mean? And that means a lot for artists because it's like skipping a lot of levels. You know what I'm saying? It's like cheat codes. You know what I mean?
Cheat codes. Yeah, I
It
got you.
is, bro. I had cheat codes to this music stuff, especially for the beginners. So when it came down to it, just to see him do that, bro, I don't know, bro. It broke my heart, and it hurt me because I'm a being of intense energy and intense love, and I don't like to do things out of negativity. And one day he asked me, "Yo, Cam, why do you do this?" And my answer to him was like, I make music so that I can make music. I can make music so I can make money, so that I can buy my mom a house and have her live in comfortably. I want my mom to live happily forever. You know what I'm saying?
That's all
And
anybody wants.
yeah, you know what I mean? And that hurt me for someone to hear me say that to them and to want to stop me from doing great stuff. You know? That's hurtful because it's like, yo, all I want to do is something good with my life, and you want to destroy that. You know what I mean? That broke my heart, man. It really did, and it kind of made me question the people around me, who I could trust and everything like that. So I really limited my circle after that. I stopped talking to a lot of people. I stopped sharing a lot of the stuff that I knew. I kind of just supported everybody that I could, showed as much love as I could, didn't act out of any negativity or evil, and went about my way. And it's honestly been working out for me. I don't have to worry about anybody doing me dirty or doing anything wrong, man. It's just great. And I've come to realize who I am and what my purpose is in life. It's not just to buy my mom a house, but to show people how to properly love, how to live life with no regrets, be happy, you know what I mean? Share positivity, turn all energy into positive energy, even if it's negative energy, and allow things that happen in your life to drive you and not stifle you, you know?
Yeah, I got you. That's definitely like a fucking good ass message. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, I just want to turn up, get fucked up, and you're just all about the good vibes, and I fuck with that. Like I can tell how genuine you are through your words.
Appreciate that, man. I want to turn up and get fucked up sometimes too, bro.
Oh,
Don't get me wrong.
obviously,
I turn
yeah,
up
not
and get fucked up for
hell
sure.
yeah, hell yeah.
Living life lit. All right, man. So live life lit. L3, L3AF, Leaf, whatever you want to say. It's all about living life how you want to live it. Lit is a word that we all use, but lit doesn't always mean the same thing for everybody. You know what I'm saying? For you, living life lit could be doing the best interviews that you could possibly do, eating the best food that you could possibly eat. You know what I'm saying? Going places, traveling places. For me, living life lit can just be seeing smiles on people's faces and partying and having a good time and, just taking care of my people, things like that. Everybody has their own definition, but the basis of it is live life to the fullest in your eyes. You know what I mean? Don't let anybody judge you. Don't worry about what everybody thinks. Who cares what everybody thinks? You know what I mean? Be yourself forever and unapologetically.
That's the best message you could put across too, is just being yourself, because a lot of people don't even know themselves. And 6 or 7 months ago, I found myself not knowing who I am or what I wanted to do or anything, and then that's where you just got to really look back at what you love, really truly, and that's beyond women too. It's like that kind of love is just like, it's good in a sense, but I found out that like probably like 95% of the time it's not going to be good for you, and it's going to be toxic.
Not even, man. You can't find a woman to properly love you if she doesn't love herself, and if you don't love yourself, man. You got to learn to fall in love with you before anyone else falls in love with you. You know what I mean? There's 7 billion people on the earth, approximately 2 times the amount of women than there are men, and lesbian women exist, trans men exist, trans women exist, you know what I mean? But some people literally end up alone. You know what I'm saying? Some people literally end up alone, and you have to be prepared to possibly end up alone. You can't be alone and then be sad. You know what I mean? That being alone is my number one fear, man. And I've always told anybody closest to me that's my number one fear, but I had to face that. You know what I mean? I had to face that because you can't fear being alone. We're born alone. We're going to die alone. You know what I mean? Even if we die with friends, we're going to die. We're going to be buried in a casket
alone
by ourselves.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So you have to find comfort in being alone and taking that energy and putting it towards something else. Be happy with who you are. You know what I mean? Look at yourself in the mirror sometime, blow yourself a kiss, smile. You know what I mean? It sounds crazy, bro, but I do it.
No,
You
no,
know what I
it's
mean?
true.
I look at myself sometimes, I'll be like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. You know what I mean? You have to tell yourself you're beautiful, because at the end of the day, you're going to be sad when no one says you're beautiful. You know what I mean? Waking up to no good morning text sucks. You know what I mean? But if you look at yourself in the morning, you say, good morning, beautiful, you're not going to feel that way ever again. And I promise you, man, you try it. Try it, because it changed my life. It can literally change anybody else's life. Smile at yourself. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Feel confident in your decisions. Do the things that you want to do. You know what I mean? If something is not in your success route, if you got to go out of your way of your path, then it's not for you, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. It's true. And I find myself doing that a lot too. Like I'll be walking past the mirror and I'll like step back and like, ooh,
Mm.
exactly. It's all about loving yourself and being confident. And I find myself sometimes like be like, ooh, who the fuck is that? I don't know that guy. But you know, sporadic. What would you say?
Exactly, bro. That's all right, bro. Sometimes I look at myself, I'll be like, damn, I need to get my hair done. I am not feeling sexy right now. It's okay, bro. It's okay. But as
Yeah.
long as you love who you are on the inside as well, that's it, bro. You'll always be that person that you think is beautiful if you love the person on the inside as well as the person on the outside.
Oh
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? If you look good, you feel good. And everybody always says that. If you look good, you feel good. And that was one of the biggest things too, is when I lost a lot of weight, I didn't even notice what I looked like at the time that I was big. But when I lost the weight and look back now, I'm like, yo, who the fuck was that? You know what I'm saying?
How
I
much
still
did you
thought I
weigh
was,
before?
what did I weigh before? I was like 250. You know what I mean? I'm like 5'10", 5'9". So
Okay,
you can
yeah.
kind of imagine that weight kind of sat on me. And I dropped like 50 pounds. You know what I mean? I might have gained a little weight now because I kind of slacked on my health rituals and stuff like that. You know, eating healthy and going to the gym as often because I perform and stuff. But at that time, I dropped 50 pounds in 3 months.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's astonishing, bro. So looking at myself back then, I was like, damn, who was that? And then walking past the mirror now, I'm like, ooh, come here. You know what I mean? So it's true, bro. If you feel good, you feel good when you look good. You know what I mean? That's why when people get haircuts, they're like, yeah, look at me. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter what you look like. You could be quote unquote the ugliest person in the world, but if you know what I'm saying, attractiveness is literally subjective to who the person is that's judging you. It's all about the beholder, for real. You know what I
Beauty
mean?
is in the eye of the beholder.
That's
Oh
exactly
yeah.
right. So you got to be the beholder at all times. So if you go to a girl and you're like, hey, what's up, girl? I think you're gorgeous. And she's like, ew, you're ugly. You feel me? That doesn't mean you're ugly. That just means that she can't recognize your beauty.
Mhm. That's so factual. To everybody listening, if you ain't taking one thing from KoolAhhKam, then you crazy. um, what would you say inspires a lot of your writings and songs?
Sometimes I don't write. I'll be honest with you. But I write when I truly, truly feel inspired. If I don't write, it's because I can't write. And I just have to get it out of my mind or out of my heart. What inspires me is everything. And that sounds like a broad answer, but it's everything. The negativity that happens to you, if you tell me a story, it's going to inspire me. You know what I mean? If I see somebody going through something, it's going to inspire me. If I go through something, it's going to inspire me. Love inspires me. Hate inspires me. Darkness inspires me. Light inspires me. Food inspires me, bro. Everything inspires me. I swear. My friends inspire me. Everything. You know what I mean? I see so much. I learn so much. I'm just like, yeah, this is beautiful. This is all inspirational stuff. It's powerful. And for it to be so powerful, man, it matters. You know? I just came out with an EP a while ago. I came out with a mini project and an EP. Now, the EP I dropped on Christmas, it's called Love Paranoia, Sincerely Camry. It steps out of what I normally do because I dropped some poetry on there. And that project was inspired by a girl. I'm not even gonna name her, but yeah, it was inspired by a girl. And she showed me what love paranoia means to her and what love paranoia means to me. And those conversations I've had with her, the experiences I've had with her, just inspired some songs out of me. You know what I mean? I didn't write them, you know what I mean? Because I couldn't get the words out the way I wanted to when I wrote them. But when I spoke them, it was so real for me. You know what I mean? Even now, listening to the project, to me, is so deep. You know what I mean? So she inspired me, and she's not even a musical artist or anything. She just exists. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the experiences we had inspired me. And the newer mini project that I came out with is called Excuse My Swag. And it comes with 2 tracks. It's called Excuse Me, and the other one is called Soulja Boy's 5%, which the Soulja Boy's 5%, if you haven't heard it, it's funny, man. It's literally like, I don't know if you ever saw, but Soulja Boy had the Breakfast Club interview where he was like, all these rappers owe me 5% because they were inspired by me. You know what I mean? I started this, and honestly, bro, I found that to be true because I grew up on LimeWire, on the internet, seeing people, bro. I've seen Drake blow up. I've seen Soulja Boy blow up. I downloaded stuff and thought it was something, and it turned out to be a Soulja Boy song. You know what I mean? So it's true, you know? So I was inspired by his career, that interview, to make that song. You know what I mean? If you listen to the song, you'll literally hear exactly what I'm saying, and you can hear the influence. You know what I mean? It's literally like a troll tribute to the king of
it, bro.
Yeah, I'll drop you the link, no problem. And Excuse Me was inspired. I had a conversation with someone last year. I was performing at a show, and he heard me perform, and he literally was like, I went up to him, man. I go to all the artists at shows that I don't know, and I say, yo, you feel me? If I like their music, I say, yo, I really liked your set. You snapped. You did a great job, dog. Keep it up. You know, just out of love. I'm a being of love, man. And this guy looks at me and goes, oh, I know you, man. I've heard your music. Your music needs a little bit more substance. You know, I feel like music is going towards a more substance-based wave, and I think you need more substance in your music for people to actually like you. And it was funny because he had only heard like 2 songs from me. You know what I mean? He didn't even see my performance that night, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was offended. I'm not gonna lie, I was offended. And it's funny because somebody defended me. Somebody was like, yo, you don't even know this is KoolAhhKam. Like, his music it's dope. You haven't heard everything. You haven't even heard what he's got in the vault. And I'm like, yeah. At the time I had stuff like Sincerely Camry in the vault, Love Paranoia in the vault, you know, like songs that really stepped out of my musical box. And I was like, this guy doesn't even know. You know what I mean? So the song basically is like, excuse me, what did you say? Like, are you serious? Repeat that. I beg your pardon? Repeat that. You know, and I directly referenced that experience, and I was like, say my music got no substance, but what I'm smoking weed for. You know what I mean? So those experiences inspired those songs. Those are 2 very different experiences, but they just go together so well. I just dropped them on a little mini project and was like, here, everybody, check this out. This is for y'all because I love y'all.
I actually kind of have like a similar experience. Like, some guy slid up on one of the artists, like the story, you know how I'll post a story of the artist, you know, and he slid up, he's like, why the hell are you interviewing everybody? There's no point in it anymore. I was like, it's a fucking podcast about SoundCloud rappers. What the fuck am I gonna get Lil Wayne? You know what I mean?
Not yet, maybe one day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly. When people don't understand that things need growth. No one sees the vision, and that's the scariest part, is because I am the person who sees the vision. You know what I mean? If your podcast had 1 follower and you were like, yo, KoolAhhKam, I want to interview you, I would do that podcast. Not because it's a podcast and I have to do it as an artist, but because I see the vision. You know what I mean? As long as you're confident in your vision, of course I see your vision. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And
exactly.
A lot of people can't see that vision the same way that I can or you can. You know what I mean? So when I meet other artists or other creatives or other people doing anything special with their lives, I always look at their vision and I say, I see it. You know, I believe in everybody as long as they believe in themselves. If you can't believe in yourself, there's no reason.
What would you say your like recording process is?
Honestly, bro, I'm one of the easiest people to record. If I wrote it, I remember it. My memory is so solid, bro. I remember people from when I was 4. I remember their names and their faces. If I tell you I don't remember you, it's because I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest. I lie to people and be like, I don't remember you. If I don't genuinely remember you, I'll apologize and be like, I'm so sorry. I don't remember. Can you refresh my memory? But my memory is so good that I pretty much remember everything and everybody that I've ever met, down to their birthdays if they told it to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So my recording process is so simple. If it's a verse and if it's a song, I walk in the booth, I drop the verse, drop the hook, maybe talk a little shit on the intro, maybe laugh a little bit, do my signature ad libs, and then I'm done. You know what I mean? If it's something that I can't write, and it's just something I believe in, you know, an idea that I have, I walk into the booth. You know, I let it stew. Before I even walk in the booth, I let it stew. I freestyle for like 30 minutes straight. Not while being recorded, of course, but I freestyle for 30 minutes straight before walking in the booth. And then I walk in the booth and I literally just, you know, let it out, bro. I literally let it out in the booth and it comes out to be exactly what I want it to be. You know what I mean? The ideas just come to me. I'm not a difficult person to record. I'm not a difficult artist. I'm not a difficult person at all. You know what I mean? This music stuff may seem like very hard, but if you know what you want to say and you believe in yourself, it shouldn't be a problem. And I know exactly what I want to say at all times, as long as I have my ideas right and my head is straight. And I don't need to be high. I like to be high. I smoke because I want to.
Mm-hmm.
You know
I
what I
feel
mean?
that.
But I don't need to be. You
I
know, I can
love the
walk in the
ganja.
booth sober. You know, yeah, no ganja. And I don't really drink like that. So I walk in the booth sober or high, and it comes out exactly how I want it, man. ULC, those are my guys. I love
Yeah,
those guys,
fuck.
bro.
Shout out ULC.
Shout out Urban Legends Cult. If I don't say that everywhere, Rock Chamberlain, I love you. K2, K Squared, Crooked Bone, I love you. Gilly, love you. Fucking Steady, I love you. Fucking Gianni, Volcane, I love all y'all niggas, man. Y'all are amazing. ULC, fucking next up, gonna fucking run Miami. I said it first.
And shout out Wolf Dre
Yeah.
too. Shout out
Shout
fucking
out
Wolf Dre.
Wolf Dre. Oh my God, yes. Shout out Wolf Dre.
He's
bro.
the GOAT.
Definitely the GOAT. I fuck with Wolf Dre. Wolf Dre has a similar energy to me. I
Yeah, he
love
does.
that guy, bro.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
pure, positive love energy. When I met him, I talked to him. He literally gave me the same vibe that I give myself. And any artist that gives me the vibe that I give myself is literally like my brother. You feel me? Cool.
Thank you for listening to the In the Sky podcast, and thank you, KoolAhhKam, for coming on, man. It's fucking awesome to have you on. It's a fucking vibe.
Yo, thank you for having me. In the sky, we out.
Hey.